As you walk along the western border of the map inside the glowing sea, you will stumble upon an abandoned shack. And as we walk around it, we can see there's really not a lot going on with this shack. Just some radiation barrels, some dead trees, a nasty rad storm, and a fried car. However, when we step inside this door next to the armor workbench, we see an empty shack with a broken bed, a trapdoor, skeleton, and suitcase with some food items. It's pretty easy to just disregard this as another madman's shack who built a pre-war bunker. However, if we look at the suitcase, we see that it's Bill's suitcase, and we see the installation K-21B key as well as an evacuation plan. Let's snag all the valuables here and figure out what is going on. Let's look at this evacuation plan. When we go to miscellaneous and hover over evacuation plan, it reads, "Hello, government employee. With the threat of communist Chinese invasion increasing daily, you may find yourself thinking about what to do in case of total atomic annihilation. Fear not. As a federal government worker, you have the privilege of being locked away, safe and sound, in the very place you work every day. Just follow these simple instructions if and when the bombs fall, and you'll find yourself surrounded by your fellow employees waiting out the nuclear winter. 1. When you hear the alarms, drop everything. Do not bother packing anything, even personal belongings. Everything you need should be waiting for you in your designated safety location/workplace. 2. Head to your designated workplace, which is K-21B. 3. Once inside, should radiation reach problem levels, an alarm will sound. Promptly close the doors and lock them. Do not open again until a second warning bell sounds. Godspeed, good luck, and enjoy your better future underground. Signed, Supervisor's Signature." Now, this piece of paper is interesting. First of all, supervisor's signature is not an actual signature. I'm guessing the developers want us to pretend that someone hand signed this note. But 2, and more importantly, the part where it says enjoy your better future underground is actually the slogan of Vault-Tec. This piece of paper reinforces what we have seen throughout the Fallout series, in that not only did Vault-Tec have exclusive and extensive government contracts, but they may have also had more influence in the pre-war government than we have been led to believe. We also notice that this once novice-locked trapdoor now becomes installation K-21B. Stepping inside through the loading screen, we will end up inside a small little office space. We see some grebes as well as some patriotic posters along the wall here, and a skeleton of a soldier with some lore here. This is employee 011985TP's personal log, and it sounds like
this is government employee number 0119. Screw this government bullshit. This is Bazensky. Sirens. They came so fast. And the alarm. The only ones we could save were on duty. Stevens had left to get something out of his car. well stocked, as they claimed. Goddamn budget cuts. If anyone is listening to this, my name is Jeff Bethesda. Tell my wife, Wilma, that I love her. Goodbye.
Heart-wrenching indeed. So we know now that Stevens was the skeleton upstairs, and given that the suitcase referenced a Bill, we can conclude that his name was Bill Stevens, and this is Bushensky. Let's activate our light and continue on down here to a sealed door. When we activate the circuit breaker, it opens, and we see a big, massive, multi-level establishment made by the US government before the war, as well as some synths running around. Now, why are these synths here? How did these synths get here? After all, the Institute uses teleportation technology, and that requires extensive targeting systems, which, while they may be aware of the location of K-21B where we reside, or rather where we are in right now, it's unlikely they had these specific coordinates to beam in the sense. This is also reinforced by the fact that Virgil fled the Institute into the glowing sea to hide from the Institute, and the Institute lost track of him once he entered the glowing sea due to the radiation. So, why are the synths here? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. We already kind of poked around in these offices. There's nothing really exciting going on here. We will be cleaning this up and scrapping all of the soggy files and making this a lot nicer to look at. But let's head downstairs and see what we can see. We find more skeletons. We have what appears to be a scientist here, or possibly an administrator. We also have more soldier skeletons, more offices, more desks, and a lot of consoles in this area, as well as down on the bottom with the very visible world map. This was an intelligence gathering place, as well as relayed information to other military installations, including the switchboard. This Nuka-Cola machine sadly does not have any Nuka-Cola inside, which is a real shame. I love Nuka-Cola, but there is a stealth boy right here. Let's pick that up. Got some bottle caps in here. There's some decent loot throughout this place with all the lockers. We can just poke at a few here. Nothing too terribly crazy or noteworthy. We will admire the view over here, and we can make our way downstairs by coming around here, ending up on the bottom level. We see an elevator that is non-functional at this time. We see a couple Protectron charging pods here, and in this corner we have leveled power armor. Because I'm at a higher level, I have access to the XO1 gear, and it looks like there's even the Mark II torso, which I think is kind of cool. Other than that, we can walk over here and pick up a U.S. Covert Operations Manual.
There we go.
This will give us a little boost to be permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. This terminal is right next to this safe, which you can pick if you so desire. We will just quick pop this open using a little trick I have to save on time, and we have a couple options. If we select the database network, it says it's offline, access is to authorized personnel only, and it's gonna kick us back to the main screen. Now we can do maintenance operations where we initiate a system reboot. By clicking this, it'll let us activate the elevator, and we can click yes, and it will give us two options. 1, reactivate emergency elevators. 2, deactivate robot sentries. If you reactivate the elevators before the robot sentries, they will attack. But it looks like in this case, it's not going to let us deactivate them. So we'll just activate the emergency elevators, wait a second or two, bounce out, and they come to life, forcing us to fight back. Perfect. Over here, we have a water cooler. We've got a camera, as well as some other desks to be looted. If we were to go up this elevator, it would extend to the surface, creating a new cement-style bunker right next to the shack. Let's do that together before we come back down to clean. Now we have discovered the Federal Surveillance Center, and this was not here before. It extends, and we can now use this elevator at our leisure, or at least I used to be able to. Now it's not going to let me. But we can go back inside the shack, and we can get ready to clean the interior. Now that we have explored K-21B, it is time to do what many of you have followed my page for, and that is to clean up the Commonwealth by using mods. So let's hop into the Mobile Workshop mod by SKK, and let's get started. We are going to be revitalizing the entire base to the best of our ability, along with trying to discover any possible hidden rooms or secrets that may be buried in the trash, as in the past we have found cap stashes and hidden rooms together that were buried under pre-made developer-made piles of debris that you can't really access in the game. So it's always fun to try out new things and mess with stuff. Let's get rid of this debris here. On top of that, I really just like making things clean. I like to think of myself as a relatively clean person. I am not a janitor in real life. I have several questions every video asking me if that is my profession, and no, I just like to be clean, and I hate these soggy files. I hate these soggy files so much. These cardboard boxes are the bane of my existence. We'll get you out of here, and we will get rid of Bushensky here. Goodbye. Rest in peace, buddy. Rest in peace. I think this looks reasonably good. I will get rid of these white little posters here, just so we can leave the two visible ones. Make our way down the stairs. And we will get rid of the office papers. I will keep the floor mats though in this case. Usually I get rid of them, but I do like I do like the vibe that they give right here. It's a nice little vibe. Debris, box, and general clutter. Alright, hopefully we don't have a major mishap here. And this looks fine. Okay. Get rid of the debris. And I'm gonna get rid of all of the crates. Now this traffic cone here is actually a part of the mobile workshop mod. For if you decide to actually use the mobile workshop mod to make an actual settlement with, this traffic cone is where the gunners and the overall enemies will spawn from. Let's... Okay. This may not be as clean. Here we go. Like, this is all... We'll make this look somewhat more organized anyway. And we'll get rid of the oxygen tanks just because we don't need anything that explodes. Now, I'm not sure why some of these tiles are considered debris. I suppose it's because they're just out of place, perhaps? But I can't actually move it, just scrap it, which is weird, so that's fine. We'll just make do. Now, what I wonder is how the general clutter got kind of in this weird corner area. And I think we may be better off leaving some of this as is. Like, if I do that, the debris appears to be actual tiles, so we can leave those alone, given what we learned over in this section. Let's make our way into office number 1 here, and we can get rid of a fair amount of these things. I will leave the water cooler. Get rid of the chair. And we'll get rid of the dead plant in the corner. Alright, we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of the broken terminals, I think. There's a lot of clutter in this particular location. I think it's intended to reflect dust in this case. Yeah, dust and dirt is what that looks like. I think we'll leave the lockers. I don't think we need to do anything too crazy with them. We can just go about our day, and we'll just do a quick disable of that. And then we can get rid of all this, I think. Just because this cart does not need to be here, neither does this. Vacuum tube. Alright, and files. And office papers. Broken terminal. Okay. get rid of this little debris spot. And we'll get rid of this one too, I think. We'll just do a quick once over. Everything looks good. Let's make our way over here. And we'll clean up this hallway. Looks like we got some mist all the way down. Got a lot of mist over here. Intriguing. Alright. Now we're on the second lower level. And I gotta be careful here because it looks like we can scrap the walls. That's not something I want to do. I'm just trying to get that little bit right there. Debris. Debris. And I can't get this debris, so I'll disable this around. Get rid of the skeleton. And this is going to require a little bit of creativity here. Let me get rid of a fair amount of this. So many government files and some pre-war money in this little corner. Whoop. We're gonna enable that. Click that and then disable that. Alright, then that should come back like so. Yes, and then we'll just put the chair like that. Okay, cool. Another dead plant. Okay, looking a lot better. Let's get rid of the mist. Are we just eating the floor? I think we're just eating the floor, you guys. Okay, well, what can you do? We will get rid of at least the files. And get rid of the synth bodies. Like so. We'll just open all this up like we have in the past. It looks like this console was broken, which is why it was on the cart, ready to be moved away. Alright, I'm gonna double back this way, because we're gonna have to go down to the final level. I don't see how we're making the floor cleaner if we're just ripping up the tiles, honestly. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll leave the cigarette machine here just because I like the feel of that. Okay. Oil canister, industrial. Let's make our way in here. We have a Nuka-Cola on this table. That's nice. That is wonderful, in fact. We also have a makeshift battery here, which is a very useful settlement build item. And I'll get rid of the junk posters and the laser tripwire. Okay. Got some purified water over here for you survival players like me. I've been getting into doing survival Saturdays and survival Sunday live streams. Very fun. Very challenging as well, to say the least. But it's a good experience. I highly recommend you guys try survival if you have not done so already. It is challenging, it is annoying, and yeah, very irritating, but it's also very rewarding. Definitely very rewarding. Unlike these soggy files. Alright, let's get rid of the papers and the clutter. Okay. So much clutter, my goodness. Got some consoles tucked away back in this corner. Not finding anything worthy of being called a secret yet, and that's okay. We got this room, right? Yeah, we got this room. That's the room we came from. We did miss that clutter though. And we have this room to do. Let's get all of this kind of in a more organized fashion. There we go. Whoa. Clutter in the corner. This is one dirty floor. Okay. Got more lockers. Make sure you loot these when you come here. Very, very important. Now we got the synth leader, apparently. The leader of all the synth is here, or was here until we took care of him. I think I will leave the charging pods here, honestly. I do like that. We also have a steamer trunk over here, right next to soggy files. And a military grade circuit board. These are very useful. Now, I will, I think, be getting rid of some of these floor mats, not all of them. Some of these floor mats, like the one by this industrial machine, make perfect sense. I'm okay with that. And there's a mini nuke right here that I completely missed in the lore section of this location. Make sure you get that. There's also some vodka here if you're feeling a bit thirsty. And I think we'll just get rid of the crates We'll see if there's anything hiding back here. Maybe, maybe not. But you never know until you try. Okay, we found some clutter. Does that count as a secret? Secret clutter, maybe? There's also a Vault Tech lunchbox hanging out right down here. If you collect those to sell or turn into mines or turn into mines to sell, don't forget to get that. We'll get rid of all of this, I think. My goodness, so much debris. We'll get rid of this. This does not spark joy. Alright, so I think this section... Oh, we may have missed a spot. Yep, we missed a spot in this corner. We'll leave the steamer trunk in this case. Can I just put this back? There we go. That looks nice. Okay. And these floor mats are kind of garbled up. So I think we should tuck you back in there. We'll get rid of this. Scrap Everything is a wonderful, wonderful mod. Let me tell you that right now. Ever since I got it, I can't stop using it, and now that I'm playing in survival, I'm kind of frustrated. I can't scrap all the things. We're also using Place Everywhere, and these mods are going to be in the description down below. Make sure you check that out. And also be sure when you go to get the mods that I put in the description, make sure you guys go and read the description of the mods. Some mods do require, do have prerequisites, not all of them do. But, oh, I got rid of the Slocum's Joes. Whoopsie daisy. That's okay. We'll get rid of this, this guy, this skeleton. He's sleeping on the job here. Just because it's been 200 years doesn't mean you get a day off. In pre-war America. Alright. Let's see. Coming around, we will just do a once-over. Tool chest makes sense. This table makes sense. All of this makes sense. I'll put this. I'll put you right here, I think. And we want to leave the world map, I believe. Yes, we do. The consoles we don't want to touch. I think that will do it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video, and a big special thanks to my current channel member, I See Spots. I'm so glad you're here, I See Spots. If you like to be a channel member, click that join button below where you will get access to cool channel badges, early access to videos, emotes, and more. If you want to support the channel in another way, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button. And as always, I will see you next time.